I'm telling you, man.
Hey, fam. Welcome back to yet another episode of I'm Telling You.
I'm telling you.
Ethel is in the house. The green room was effective. I'm Philly D.
Mr. Gemini.
Spaghetti Clark, a fact checker, Miss JD.
Yeah, and as always, we like to say, please reach out to us, hit us up, continue the conversation. You can get all three of us at ity@directionsandmusic.org or individually.
GEMINI at directionsandmusic.org. Bleep, borp, bleep.
Dude, your robot's so dope. I love it. Or Philly D, PHILLY at directionsandmusic.org. Yeah, and a quick, we got to hit our people up. Round Guys Brewing. I'm going to insert here. Round Guys Brewing, new sponsor of I'm Telling You. They have the dopest beers on the block. And they actually ship as well, which means even if you're not in the area, you can get them.
And Round Guys has pretty much been our beverage of choice since day one.
Oh, yeah. I've been with them for a very long time. They are amazing. They do the dopest stuff. They have so many styles, which easy enough. You can check them out. roundguysbrewery.com. You can see the menu. You can see what's available, get inventory, all that, as well as shipped out. And they're always doing QR codes. Yeah, which pretty much negates any of the shipping. So you're pretty much just paying for the beer and they're going to send it to you. Yeah. I mean, that's just dope. You can't get past that. But yeah, for first-time listeners, this is a 30-year friendship of me and this douchebag over here.
I'm not denying anything.
I don't. Right? But we talk about anything and everything. Throwing dad quotes, movie jokes, movie jokes, and then movie quotes and dad jokes. We've said that before. We do it. We mix it up.
I'm always getting my Murs wixed.
Yeah, we do it too. I mean, again, the green room was effective. Yeah, But yeah, and then other times we get super dope people in the house, which is, lately seems to be always, which tonight we have Mr. Brad Jones. If you would please introduce yourself, my friend.
I'm pretty dope. I'm Brad Jones. I'm sponsored by Cough Drops today because I blew my voice out last weekend. This is my third since we've been talking. I'm getting a little better now. It's like it kind of sounds normal, but I still got this down here a little bit where it's a little achy. You can find me at thecinemasnob.com. That's our archive site, and subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/Stone Gremlin Productions, or follow us on Twitter at the Cinema Snob as well.
Stoned Gremlin.
Yeah, where did the name come from, honestly?
High school. Like that's exactly what it was, dude. It stuck, man. Like, it was me and my buddies. So we were probably sophomores, and we would get the high 8 camera and make our own silly movies that we do in a night and just ad lib. And we did a couple of those, and we were like, what should the name of our production company be? And my buddy Dave, who's been on my site before, he's an artist, and he had this paper mache stone gremlin that he made. So they were like, how about Stone Gremlin? Just pointed at that, okay, that works, Stone Gremlin Productions. And we just kept it. We were like, why change a good thing?
You're right. That's like you and me with freaking I'm Telling You. We were hanging out. It's like, what are we going to call this show? And between him and I, we're
that's
always,
what we need to call.
Yeah, we're always we'll say this, that, and the other, but we always finish our statements with I'm telling you. And we go back and forth, and it's just like, why don't we? And we're just like, yeah, it's like, all right, fuck it. And it's just like, and here we are,
bro. Over
2 years later, and it's just like, I mean, it's what we do.
You don't even know.
That's the saying. But I get that, man. That's a good origin story. I love that shit. So, I mean, does that mean, are you still messing with those kind of cats? Are you guys still friends and this is
oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. We used to have a show, we still do have this show that was called Midnight Screenings. It used to be a weekly review thing where we were in the car and we would go see the midnight releases of new movies on Thursdays. Over time, it turned into a Patreon request show where people request movies for us to go see. But we started that show 12 years ago, I think. And that was back when I was living in Springfield, Illinois. And, time goes on, you get older. A lot of them started families and everything. And my wife and I moved up here to Chicago. So no, me and the old group, I mean, we've been best friends for decades. So yeah, we still keep in touch and everything. When I go visit them in Springfield, you know, we all hang out and everything. But it's on the site. There's a couple of us on it now. My buddy Jared Foyles, he lives up here now. He does midnight screenings with me, and he was with that show at the beginning. But yeah, since we've been living up here, it's been a couple of us on that show, but usually it's just me just doing like vlogs of new movies.
Dude, but now you're starting to expand a little bit. You're starting to get like a team rocking here, bro.
A team?
Yeah.
Oh, the current movie reviews, it's mainly just me now. Like, it's less the car stuff now. I kind of script it out and do like 3-4 minute reviews of whatever's out. Really, just because like it's kind of easier for me to do it that way now.
Yeah.
Dude. I mean, dude, that's still, because I mean, we were talking like in the green room, like, I mean, on average, like, how many movies are you going out to see? Because you were saying like like 4 sometimes a week.
Yeah, I think I got 4 next week. This week in theaters, it's just 1, and that's rare when it's just 1. Yeah, I've got Missing tomorrow, but even outside of that, I'll watch something on VOD. Because I try to have some Monday through Friday, I try to have something up every day. So I'll put up a VOD movie to watch sometimes. And usually, because there's dozens of VOD movies that are released a week. So I'll look for the ones that have the most eye-catching title. Like, oh, okay, Amityville Thanksgiving, that one.
Is this an actual title, or like,
yeah, it's a real movie, and like it has nothing to do with Amityville or Thanksgiving. It's just a clickbait title. Like, it's about a crazy marriage counselor who runs a cult, and I think at one point he says, "Oh, we're in Amityville," and another point they're like, "Oh, it's Thanksgiving week." Like, that's it. That's the extent of anything in that title.
I mean, you can call like Gremlins and Die Hard and stuff like that Christmas movies because there's actual Christmas trees.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Decorations,
it's part of the theme. Yeah,
yeah, right.
Gremlins. Yeah, definitely.
Lethal Weapon. Oh man, yeah, dude. There's so many of them. Freaking yeah. Better Off Dead. Better Off Dead's a Christmas movie.
Oh yeah.
The anteater freaking thing or the aardvark. Yeah, the same thing. Whatever.
$2.
Fugazi, whatever. 220, 221.
Yeah,
whatever.
this one, no. There's no turkey in it, let alone like to eat. Or the killer turkey that's on the cover is not in the actual movie.
Did you ever see the movie Zombiever?
No, but some buddies of mine reviewed it. My friends over on Double Toasted did a review of that.
To me, that's like a good guilty pleasure of just like, all right,
Yeah.
just check your brain. Like, who gives a shit?
Check your brain at the door.
I'm just strapping in to be pissing myself right now. It's like, dude, who cares about plot holes? The bigger, the better.
Yeah.
Bring it on. I love a good cheesy movie like that. You know what I mean? But we also we grew up in that era where, like we were talking earlier, where I was saying like Elvira and stuff, where it's like over dramatic and but like in the good sense, not the over suspense. Like, I mean, super
does that
CGI'd
include like Swamp Thing?
Fuck yeah, it does.
Yeah, Swamp Thing. Because they were at least like wanting to be entertaining then. Now it's like a gamble where I'll run into some cool stuff. Like, there's this new movie on VOD called Crabs that was a lot of fun. That is like a throwback to like an old trauma movie or something like that. I had a good time with that. It's a killer crab movie. Toxic, but then you'll see some where it's like, this is not meant to be anything but a clickbait title, and you click on it and it's just nothing. Like, you'll watch something like off the top of my head, there was one I watched called like 5G Zombies, I think is what it was called. Then you watch it and all it is just like cell phone footage of people recording themselves just like describing action scenes. And like, this isn't made to be watched. The stuff we grew up with was made to be watched.
Yeah, well, like trauma and stuff, man. I mean, yeah, that's why I said Toxic Avenger and shit.
That's one of my favorite movies.
I do. USA, Up All Night, like that.
USA Up All Night, yeah,
my jam back in the day, bro. Because I mean, I'm a night owl, so it's like I don't sleep much really. So
Tales
I mean,
from the Crib.
Dude, Tales from the Crib was actually, it was like a good production as far as like quality or value of like what they put into it. But I mean, stuff like Creep Show, you know what I mean? Like that shit is like, dude, I like that. I'm the OG. I like the Creep Show shit.
Me too. And Creep Show is like consistent, like one of those segments in that movie works. There's not one where you're like, oh man, okay, so let's get through this bullshit to get to the next one. Like all 5 of them in that movie are solid.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
standalone solid. Yeah.
Well, because, and that's, we were talking earlier is just, there's no more original ideas. They just don't make stuff that's, I don't care if it's stupid as shit. If it's a new idea and it's all like, oh, I never thought of that. I've never seen that before. You know what? You impressed me, but
see,
rare.
There are original ideas. You just got to go see more of the faith-based movies like I do. Where you walk in, you don't know what you're going to get. I went to go see this movie a couple of years ago. It was called The Trump Prophecy. It only played for 2 days in theaters, where it was about a firefighter with PTSD who sees a floating disco ball orb in his room after he's haunted by demons under his bed. And then the orb starts giving him political advice. And he goes to see these doctors that just enable him. He goes to see these quacks. And he's like, I saw this God orb that says I'm supposed to predict the next president. They're like, oh my God, you're our new prophet. We need to do everything we can to make sure this comes true. They like set up videos blowing like shafars up into the sky. Like there is originality out there. It just might be terrible.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is true. I retract my previous statement. I put it on a generalized statement of most of the ideas, if they are original, are horrid. I make an admitment, good sir. I appreciate you.
I feel a lot of judgment coming from that side of the room. Do you need to talk?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's
what we're here for.
Fuck off. No, seriously, that's why I'm like, I make an amendment because I generally speaking, because not everything there is, agree, but still, pretty much, and also more to like cinematography style, like the way movies are shot, like nobody's really bringing new stuff. Very rarely, like the Sherlock Holmes with Guy Ritchie.
You always reference.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
But he took action, just like the whole Matrix set and all that stuff. He took action that was typical and gave it a new spin. I mean, it wasn't like super fancy or crazy, but at the same time, it's like that's a new kind of a twist. That's pretty dope. I like that.
And then you'll get ones that like try knocking off it though, and they do it horribly to where you can't tell what in the hell is going on. Like, when like shaky cam started getting popular in action movies with like The Bourne Identity and all of those. And then it turned into, I can't tell what's going on. Did they just drop the camera?
I'm on the ground. Someone pick me up.
Yeah.
The shots that they have where they actually strap it to their chest, and so the camera's like out in front, and you can see him like running.
Yeah,
that's actually a pretty cool shot. I think that looks pretty dope when it's done right, obviously. But
it's easier to glean the intensity of the moment, when you're watching it on film because you're kind of trying to keep up with it, and you maybe feeling a little jostled yourself.
Well, it was like the movie Speed.
It really puts you in the moment,
Dude, Speed, when Speed came out, all of the scenes, there was constant, just like, they were just hammering you with just like speed, like literally.
Yeah.
All the scenes were just moving. There was constantly movement. I remember because I was like stoned out of my mind sitting in the front row watching this. And I'm like, oh my God, like it's just tripping me out because I just can't handle it.
Then when you get something great like Speed, it'll lead to the knockoffs. Like, remember that movie Chill Factor? Oh, the one that was it was the one with Cuba Gooding Jr. and Skeet Ulrich, where it's a ripoff of Speed, but they're in an ice cream truck and they got to keep the freezer at a certain temperature, or else it'll blow up or some shit.
I think I sidestepped that one.
No, I mean,
I'll be honest.
Say what you want about Cuba. I mean, he actually is a pretty good actor. But
no doubt.
Oh, he is. Yeah,
he's definitely got a massive collection of really horrible movies, and nothing against him. It's just, it was not a good movie.
When he started being in sequels to bad Eddie Murphy movies that they couldn't get Eddie Murphy back for.
Did you like Radio?
We rewatched Radio recently, where my wife and I got on a kick like a couple of months ago, where we were like, we should revisit some movies like these. Like, you know what kind of movie I mean? Like, we watched that riding the bus with my sister with Rosie O'Donnell. There was the other sister with Juliette Lewis. One of them was Radio. We watched Radio right after the Rosie O'Donnell one. With Radio, I was like, well, at least this one feels like a movie. Like, just like this Hallmark thing that the Rosie O'Donnell one was. But Radio's got like one of the best lines of those kind of movies, where Ed Harris says the line like, maybe we're not teaching radio. Maybe it's him teaching us. He's magical, mentally challenged man who's helping us with football when he rides down on his shopping cart.
It was an endearing story.
Yeah, well, I mean, but it's also, there's Rudy, and then Forrest Gump. I mean, they're all very much in that similar kind of capacity. I'm just saying.
Forrest Gump's solid, yeah. There was an Indian remake of Forrest Gump that I went to go see last year. They did a Bollywood remake of Forrest Gump.
It wasn't I haven't seen that one, but yeah. I'm sorry. Go on.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. Like, I mean, it's not as good as Forrest Gump, but it was like, just for curiosity reasons, it was fun to see, because it's kind of going through Indian history a little bit, but like the same plot points, except in this one, Jenny, she doesn't become a drug addict or anything, but she does fall in with I think a terrorist organization. She gets arrested like 3/4 of the way into it.
She joins
out. It was all right.
Some shit.
It somehow follows the same lines.
That's it. Lawson shot up. His performance was weird. Like, in Forrest Gump, it was believable. Like, in this, there's moments where this guy is okay. And then there's other parts he starts acting like a ventriloquist dummy, like with this weird grin. Like, he'll be talking and then all of a sudden just go like, these weird like movie ticks that he does where it doesn't really work.
Yeah, I was like, French fries are $1.25.
Oh yeah, in this it's he's got equivalents of his lines from Forrest Gump. It's like life is like, it's some like Indian dessert that he has, like moist on the outside but gooey on the inside. Like it was something like that. It was like their own version of the famous lines.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, it probably killed over there. You know what I mean? Like that all day.
I think it was a hit. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just like over here where everybody is like lives like about they're over there, just like it's like you're just like, oh wow, all right, cool. I mean,
it does the feather thing in the opening credits as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like scene for, except it doesn't have the ping pong segment. But other than that, it's all there. Like
it's a reboot. It's a literal remake.
Oh, it's a literal remake. Like it's the Eric Roth is credited as like, it says at the beginning, adapted from a screenplay by Eric Roth. Like, so it is a remake. And it was worth it. They showed that on the IMAX too. That was great.
Holy shit. That in fucking IMAX? You shitting me? I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be
Could be an experience.
dude. That could be a good time turned bad real quick, depending on what you're going with. I'm just saying, if you're like straight rolling straight, but if you got those spots where they let you drink beer and stuff, or if you got friends that like pregame in the parking lot, it's proper IMAX will mess you up, bro.
Oh yeah, I love going to when something's in 3D. Put me in the IMAX screen. Or a case like that, like, if I'm seeing a remake of Forrest Gump from India, put it on the biggest screen we got in the theater.
Well, yeah, dude, I remember seeing The Watchmen. My friend was like, oh my God, this movie's going to be so insane. It's like, we got to go see IMAX. It's like, yeah, let's do it. And then you get like a 4-foot dong in your face. I was like, yeah, this is a real good idea. Bro. What kind of movie you take me to? Oh yeah, no, they were like, we got to sit middle row, like middle set, like we got like the prime fucking. It's like we were there early as shit. No, Jesus Lord, yeah, just 4-foot fucking 3-dimensional dong. I was like, this is the dopest shit. Good thing the rest of the movie was good. This shit would have ruined it. Just saying.
Why isn't it in 3D?
Is it looking at me? Oh my God. But yeah, dude, but that movie was still really good, especially in IMAX. That's like, so when I was talking about earlier, where it's like, it's hard for me to go to the theater. I'm almost at a place where it's like, I want a movie to be so dope that I'm like begging to be able to find it in IMAX. And it's like, I want to go see that.
I prefer seeing stuff in theaters, regardless of what it is, regardless of if it needs to be seen in the theater or not, or if I think the movie's going to be any good or not. It's more, I work from home, so it does get me out of the house, like going to the movie theater, and also I do sometimes I do have a problem with I'm very, very ADHD, so when I'm in the theater, I am a lot more focused as opposed to if I'm watching some like hard drama here at home where I got a lot of distractions going on.
Right. Yeah. Cause you gotta go to your office in a sense, but yeah. What's up, JD?
I have that quote. So in the original Forrest Gump, it's my mama used to say life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. In the Indian version, his name is Khan instead of Forrest. And it says, my mama used to say, life is like a jalapa. Your stomach gets full, but your heart desires more.
I mean, it still makes sense. Like, it's like when I saw it,
it's like gluttony. You always want more than you can have or you can handle.
Like, I do remember that about it, where I go like, "Oh, okay, like that's their version of this line," but I'm like, but it still makes sense in context of what he's talking about.
Well, because I mean, honestly, like when you get into proverbs of any kind of sort, when you put it in one language, it's in that reference where it makes sense, or it rhymes, or there's something about it that gives it, cadence or temperament and tone and stuff. So I mean, when you things get lost in translation.
Yeah, and that is like whatever that candy was that he had. That is what he has with him when he's not at a bus stop in this one. He's on a train, and he's got a box of those on the train with him.
The bus stop is in Alabama.
No, in this, he's on like this crowded metro train.
So there's no Alabama.
No Alabama in that.
Is there a Bangladesh?
No. Calcutta would work.
Damn it. Yeah, they didn't. Well, I mean, they said they left out the ping pong too. I mean, that's just
They did, yeah.
You just sold me. I don't want to watch this now. There's no ping pong. There's no Alabama or Bangladesh. I'm out.
Was there some other thing in its place, or they just kind of skipped right over that whole?
They kind of just skipped over that part, like, because I mean, everything else was there. Like, I mean, some of the Jenny stuff was tweaked a little bit, like I said earlier, like where it involves her being with a terrorist group. But other than that, like the running was still there. Because
that's a drug problem. Obviously, is getting involved with terrorists.
Oh, that's
yeah, she's clean in this, like, other than like her terrorist friends. Like,
Muhammad Jihad. Oh my God. No, that's
like, and there's like a Vietnam equivalent in it. And instead of Elvis, he inspires a popular Bollywood actor from the 80s. Like, he inspires like one of their dance moves.
It was obviously like,
is he still a shrimp boat captain? Yeah, no, I was like shrimp boat captain.
Was the that I'm trying to, I can't remember if that was in it. Maybe, or maybe something, maybe like an equivalent of it. Like that, I can't remember. There might have at least been like an equivalent of it in it.
I think the boat scenes are like some of the best lines quotable from that freaking movie.
That's my boat.
I don't know. He just like slams into the dog. That's my boat. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, that was awesome.
And like proud, like with his arms on his.
I know,
that's
right?
my boat. That was the doc next door.
I mean, dude, I'm a being an '80s cat. I mean, I grew up with like Tom Hanks with like Big and all that kind of good stuff. So I mean,
Bachelor Party,
everything. Yeah, Bachelor Party, freaking Money Pit, just all that
Money
stuff.
Pit, yeah.
Money Pit, hell yeah. Money Pit's one of those comfort movies for me. Like, if it's on, it's like Mr.
I own it.
Oh yeah, same. Like, it's one of those like ultimate comfort movies for me, like that and Mr. Mom, where like if it's on, that's my afternoon. Like,
it's in the collection.
Mr. Mom is a good one though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It like that's my day right there.
Like when I'm having a bad day and you're just like give up and you just laugh. Sometimes I laugh like Tom Hanks when like he's just like stuck in the floor and he's just like ha, 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 ha.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Like a helpless seal or some shit tossing around in the net. Oh God. He like flies down the hill and everything, and he like pops himself in, and then the freaking the statue just starts like pissing on him, and it's just like,
yeah.
I love that.
That sequence was
That's
freaking
a good movie.
That sequence where he's on the outside of it and the rafters and in that cart going down, like, it is straight up vaudevillian. Like, it's fantastic. He ends up in the chimney that sends him, into the well, and then to top it all off, it pisses on his head.
Dude, I know it's freaking dude, actually, you know what? Though I just rewatched what is it? Volunteers? Him and
with John Candy.
Yeah, dude, I forgot how fucking hilarious that was, because he plays this like, super staunch, just like everything's handed to him, and he's always muffin, like you do it. Oh, it's the total opposite of like Bachelor Party kind of shit, and it's
dude, yeah. It's, man, his comedies, dude. Yeah, because I'm the same way. Like, it was his comedies I grew up with. The Burbs.
Volcano. Oh, the Burbs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Joe I own that too.
Say that's one of my favorites.
What's happened to your soul? Where it's like, what's happening with your shoes? He's like, I'm losing my soul. Or that's when she's like, hey, how's it going? He's like, I'm losing my soul.
I thought he doesn't like talking about that movie.
What's that?
I don't believe he likes talking about that movie.
Who doesn't?
Burbs?
Talking about what movie?
What the movie that you're referencing right now?
Joe versus the volcano.
Oh, Joe versus the volcano. Oh yeah.
He told me
he's not proud of that movie. Like,
dude, I think it's one of his best fucking movies. Fucking Meg Ryan plays twins. Like, are you shitting me?
Yeah.
She's a flibber to gibbet. This is the first time I ever heard the fucking word flibber to gibbet. I was like, I don't know what that shit is, but it is hilarious.
I like that movie too, man. That one, I've heard him talk shit about that one. And also, I think The Man with One Red Shoe.
I love that movie.
I think I remember reading like him, like it's like he wasn't proud of that one. I think,
dude, some of my absolute favorites. I mean, he Splash, for crying out loud.
Dragnet.
Right?
Mermaid.
Oh,
yeah, just kidding. That was
Joe Friday and fuck hell yeah, dude.
Dude, the other one was it?
Did you ever see the slasher movie he was in? He Knows You're Alone. It was 1980, I think. Before he was a name, it was before Bosom Buddies.
Yeah, I don't think so.
he's in it for a couple of scenes where he's like one of their, or he's like kind of a love interest for one of the main characters. So he's in it for a couple of scenes, and he's still very Tom Hanks in it, like 80s Tom Hanks. So much so that this is how Tom Hanks he was even before he was a name, and that his character was supposed to die in this movie until the producers and filmmakers were seriously like, we can't, he's way too likable. Like, we can't kill him off in this slasher film. So he kind of just disappears from the movie.
We can't kill him. So adorable. Poor little guy. Yeah, no, Bosom Buddy was my introduction to him.
Yeah.
And then it was, then Big, and then just on from there.
Yeah.
So I never saw that.
Big.
I don't know.
Yeah, Big was huge.
I was like, Miss JD, could you, yeah.
There it is. Yeah, He Knows You're Alone. It's good. Like, it's not, it's one of those like slasher movies. Like, it's not bad. It's just perfectly serviceable, you know? It's mainly memorable because it's got Tom Hanks in a bit part in it. and the soundtrack is pretty good.
Yeah, JD, if you can write that down and throw it in the chat for us, please, that'd be dope. I want a second recommendation because I got to see The Great Race again too. Because I'm pretty sure I've seen.
Oh yeah.
Dude, this lady takes fucking notes. She's the dopest chick on the block. Not only does she find the facts, share screens, and hook us up, but like, dude, we're literally just say, hey, could you write that down? She's like, I already did. It's just like, oh man.
Oh, you
way ahead of you.
Oh, dude, she's
you like to fish for music info too.
What's that?
Yeah.
Likes, dislikes when it comes to music.
Oh, I mean, I've dedicated songs to her and stuff. Well, yeah, because what's that? Oh, yeah. Oh,
for your show, man.
This is correct. So for directions in music, since I have a music show called Music Evolution, the cool thing I do is for all my guests, I wind up reaching out to you later and say like, hey, give me genres, music groups, just like stuff that you're really into, and I literally do a 2-hour show dedicated to just you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man.
I'm done,
I send you the copy of it after it's like all put together and the recording of it, and send you an MP3 if you like.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah. I mean, I love
dude, and I mean
synth pop disco, like some doo-wop, some like
hell yeah, bro.
70s easy listening. I love all that stuff.
And I will find a way to seamlessly put it all together because again, years doing DJ stuff. Like I find, like I still have friends now that are in the music industry as like producers and stuff, and they listen to my show. One of the bigger things they say is it's always like, dude, your audio quality is through the roof. But they're like, yo, your transitions, bro. I'm like, I mean, I had some practice, but thank you.
But it could be like a whole different genre.
Oh, you do. I will find ways to, I can like go from funk to punk to rock to, 20s post-war. Like, dude, I can literally just, and it's just like, how the hell? Because I'll either like get a beat match or a vocal match, or like I'll find some way to just get them to like talk to each other, basically.
And tell your story at the same time.
Usually, the dad jokes. I usually try to like, because then I was like, hey, did you notice my dad joke? And I'm like, if you didn't, I'm going to tell you. So here it is. And it's usually, like some sort of correlation or the way they work together, or like I put an episode together this week where it was like me and Julio, and it's like me and you. And it was all songs that was like about, like me and somebody. And it's just like, they didn't have anything to do with each other, but I got them to like work musically. And it's like, there's my dad joke. Hey. Yeah, I do them for me because they make me laugh.
But it's cool because it's all done in little sets. So it'll be like little song sets over the whole
like little
2-hour period. Yeah, like little vignettes. So if you don't like it, you wait 5 minutes. It'll be something different entirely.
I know, if you don't like what you're hearing, wait 10 minutes. I got something else for you.
It's coming.
True.
Don't worry.
So let me ask you, bro, what, because you're to me, it's almost like you're obsessive. Like it's crazy. I mean, you had a job working at a movie theater. Like you've been doing this stuff for a long time. Like where did it come from? Where was your epiphany moment where you're like, yo, this is what I got to do?
Just as far back as I can remember, because I was never, I would go outside, of course. Like I wasn't like just, I was inside a lot, like playing video games and watching movies. But no, my friends and I would still hang out outside, but I wasn't a sports guy. I wasn't on any sports teams or anything like that. So just I don't know if it was a particular moment. It's just kind of what I was raised on. I was always fascinated with TV and movies. My parents have said, that's just kind of where my eyes always drifted when I was a baby. So, my earliest memories are watching a lot of my earliest memories are watching a lot of sitcoms from back then, like appointment television, like we were talking about Must See Thursday and stuff like that. Like, Cheers, Family Ties, Night Court, all of that. And
I still watch those every night.
I do too.
I'm watching Head of the Class right now. I'm going through that series. I'm on season 4.
Oh, I haven't seen that in so long. Okay. I do the same thing too. Like if I pop something up, I'm like, it's something I grew up with, like I'm revisiting again. I watch that way more than I do newer stuff. And with movies, it was that we would do that every weekend. My dad and I, or my mom and I, would go to usually a couple of movies over the weekend. We would see about everything that came out. So then it just kind of led into what me and my friends kind of obsessing over it and like shooting the shit about it. Then it kind of turned into different shows we would do. And my parents pretty much let me watch whatever I wanted. So I also grew up, I was young and grew up with like the horror exploitation films. So me and my friends and I, we started making our own exploitation movies. And
that's how it starts though,
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we made a handful of movies back then, and we were the right age when YouTube started. So we got lucky and hit YouTube when it first began, and we found that niche with exploitation flicks and stuff like that, because not a lot of people were talking about those online or on YouTube at the time. So it kind of started from there. Yeah.
Sweet.
So growing up, what is your guilty pleasure childhood movie?
I don't know if I have any that I call, because I like what I like. So like, there's not any that I really feel like embarrassed for saying that. Like, especially like my favorite movie is Caligula. So it's like, it
doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to be embarrassing, but just like your go-to, like your whoopee of a movie where you're just like, you know what, I'm going to watch this today. Like you can just always watch it.
There are a couple that we talked about earlier, like Mr. Mom and Money Pit, Goldfinger, like kind of going back to my earliest memories of watching.
Ferris Bueller.
That's a class. Yeah. 16 Candles, Weird Science. Those two. Yeah. Temple of Doom. If Temple of Doom's on, I'm watching shit out of that. Yeah. Shorty, get our stuff. Like,
oh my God. Yeah. I mean, I'm an OG cat. So, I mean, I always, more times than not, I'm going to prefer the original over a sequel, prequel, any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, like Raiders of the Lost Ark is definitely a favorite. However, Temple of Doom is way fucking funnier.
Temple of Doom has one of the best movie climaxes ever put on film. Like between the minecart chase, that wall of water going after him, the fight on the bridge. Holy shit. Like it is gripping.
Jumping out of an airplane with a blow up.
Yeah, that's in the first act. Like, yeah. And like the James Bond type stuff at the beginning with Lao She.
I know.
I love it.
Would you like the antidote, Mr.? It's just like the antidote for the poison you just drank. It's like
the poison works fast, Dr. Jones.
Oh my God. Hells yeah, dude. See, and that's why I said like quoting system wise of giving a rating to a movie. It's like for us,
It's hard.
dude. There's but with the movies that we do, like literally either one of us could say a freaking syllable or the first word, and it's just like, and it just comes out like it happens. You know what I mean? Because like you do earlier, we're literally out on
there's some movies like that though that they produce like earmuffs.
You do
like
earmuffs,
you could just say
yeah.
Shit ball cock fucks. We're not here to celebrate it, Frank. No, like we're literally out on break, and he just goes. So I was like, "So are you boyfriend, girlfriend, steady dates, lovers?" And he literally just said "so" to me because he was asking another question. He's just like "so," and I'm just like right onto the Breakfast Club. Like I can't even knee-jerk reaction.
That hot beef injection.
Come on,
go to hell.
Shut up! What's going on in there? Fuck yeah, dude. Richard Vernon, man.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
I heard a ruckus.
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus. No, you were in the shitter. Yeah, behind you there, buddy. Oh my god, freaking! Well, the library comes equipped with emergency exits at either end.
Show Dick some respect.
Show Dick some respect. No, sir. The library comes. What are you doing with this? I expected more from a Varsity Letterman.
They still re-release that one around here sometimes. We've got a Hollywood Boulevard theater that's basically like a draft house. And yeah, every weekend they have something, and it seems like about every year they bring back the Breakfast Club.
That's pretty cool,
dude. Because I mean, like, Weird Science, 16 Candles.
Oh hell yeah!
Do you realize?
Yeah, dude. I mean, Great Outdoors, Uncle Buck.
Yes, he's not done yet. There's nothing on that plate but gristle and fat.
He's like, yeah. It's like, oh, shit. Come on, buddy. You got this. Oh my god, dude! Another Dan Aykroyd junk, dude. John Candy. I mean, shit. Home Alone as the freaking polka player at the end of it.
The polka king, yeah.
Right, small 2-bit part, but fucking hilarious. Like that guy always sold it.
Oh yeah, we just stuck on the other day. Oh yeah, that's another one where we're scrolling through cable like we need to land on something. Oh sweet, VH1's showing Uncle Buck.
Dude,
Planes, Trains,
Automobiles,
we watched that on Thanksgiving. A way better Thanksgiving movie than Amityville Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah. No, but
it's a better title too. It had planes, trains, and automobiles in it.
Right?
This car is safe to drive on.
And those were not pillows.
Yeah, right.
Those aren't pillows.
Pillows right now. Those aren't pillows. Oh my god! Fucking Steve Martin freaking the hell out. Dude, I mean, Tommy Boy was like a freaking remake of that, or a reboot, I guess. Really, I don't know. Damn near a remake almost. Where they go on like their
Tommy Boy was to emulate his child, Chris Farley's childhood, like Vacations.
Really?
Yeah.
She's a fact checker.
That's a classic.
I read that.
I love it.
What's your source?
Just read it. Biography. Is this a report? Is it due by Friday? What's going on?
I was looking up Chris Farley for whatever reason the other day and found out some good information.
Dude, Chris Farley was the original voice for Shrek.
Mm-hmm.
I heard some of that audio they released of it.
There was something else he was doing. Oh, it was Grown Ups. Didn't we discuss this last week?
Oh, was he going to do that?
Well, he was. Yeah, I think I told you this last week, guys. He was.
Grown Ups was last week about this. How come we didn't know about this? What the heck?
Grown Ups was written for Chris Farley in the position of where Kevin James was, but then when he died, Adam Sandler just put it on the shelf and like it sat there for a decade, and then he pulled it out whenever they made it, and then Kevin James was in that position instead when he finished it.
Wow.
I think he was going to play Fatty or he was at least in talks like he was going to play Fatty Arbuckle in like a biopic, and it'd be like his kind of dramatic breakout. I don't know how far into production or talks that got, but I know that was one thing they were considering him for.
Yeah, I mean, talk about another guy that like sold it, and I mean, like, oh, I love so many, like him and David Spade together was just like,
dude, yeah. Tommy Boy is so good, and it holds up. Like it,
right?
Quotable, definitely, but also does have a tremendous amount of heart to it.
Dude, definitely has a story, tells a tale, but yeah, dude, way quotable. I mean, especially the freaking, I mean, all the different hotel scenes. You know, housekeeping. You want me?
Yeah.
You know, as well as when they're at the
what
other
kind of place is this?
Yeah, right. It's like, you know, oh, that's a pretty cute girl down there. Do you think she dates one of the Yankees? Huh? Yeah. If she was a fan of the Little Rascals, who do you think she would like? Alfalfa or Spanky?
Sinner.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, David Spade would like freaking Joe Dirt and shit like that. Like, I mean, even him by himself. Like, to me, those are like a lot of my guilty pleasures, where it's just like all the Adam Sandler, like Happy Madison, stupid shit. Where, you know, Rob Schneider, David Spade, just like all of them separate together, whatever. Or, it's dear today. Don't try to church it up here, boy.
Mine are like the sexploitation movies from the 80s, like the teen shenanigans movies, like the post Porky's movies. And I like Porky's a lot, but like the ones that were like the knockoffs after it, that whole genre of stuff, like Screwballs,
Amazon from the Moon.
Yeah, Amazon Women, School Spirit.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, bro.
I love all of those. Oh my God. And plus, I loved them back then too. Like my friends and I, we would go rent those all the time. We would have a great time watching them. Now I love them even more, because now they feel almost taboo, because movies like that don't get made anymore. So now it really feels like you're watching something naughty when you're watching it.
Yeah, that's so true though.
The Kentucky Fried Movie.
Oh, it's a great movie. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
The Groove Tube.
There's so many like great scenes out of that. Like when they're freaking doing the news and the couple's like going at it, and all of a sudden the newscast and all this.
Yeah.
Like, and they're just like, wait, what the fuck's going? It's like, how can they see through this TV?
Well, we were instead like stuff that we considered innocent, like the stuff we've been talking about, as well as even like, you know, like Spaceballs, or, you know, like remember at the beginning of this conversation, like it was, what was it? Spaceballs and what was the other one? Blazing Saddles that I was referencing. And it's like, you can't even get away with half those jokes anymore. Like like
there was,
it's offensive, but it's like we made fun of everything.
It's not offensive to me.
Like there's nothing, nothing was off limits. You know what I mean?
Maybe it was a mistake to put our most humorless in charge of comedy. Coming up next, my grandma's going to tell me what porn is good or not. Like, dude, I do remember a Kentucky Fried Movie knockoff called Outtakes.
I've only seen that twice.
Only twice.
Well, yeah, because I saw it when I, like, you know, shortly after it was out, but I rewatched it. Oh God, I want to at least 6, almost 10 years. I mean, because I always say, oh, it's like, you know, just, you know, it was like 10 years ago probably. So, but yeah, I've only seen that twice.
Our video store had it, and we rented it one weekend, and we were like, this is pretty bad. And like, so the funny thing about that, a convention that we did last year, we had a table next to the creator of Qbert, and so he was a really cool guy, really nice guy. But I was looking at him going, does he also act? Because I feel like I've seen him before. And he did. I heard him talking to some people, and he mentioned acting. So I looked him up on IMDb, and I'm like, that's it. He played the newscaster in Outtakes. So
I think I remember reading this, because I read like all sorts of crazy stuff. So I get like the funky, obscure facts. I think
So I went up to him, like, because we were shooting the shit all weekend. I saw that, when he had a break at his table, I kind of leaned over and I went, dude, were you in outtakes? And he just, his mind was blown. He was like, you are the first person to ever ask me about outtakes. The creator of Qbert, and I'm asking him about outtakes. And so I'm sitting next to Tamara, who's also on Channel Awesome. She goes, what's that? I go, it's this Kentucky Fried Movie a knockoff, and he laughs and he goes, oh, it wishes it was Kentucky Fried Movie.
Oh, true. That is true. It is everything that could be horribly done horribly wrong. That's what I've seen it twice. I remember watching it because it was like late night on like Cinemax or something.
Yo, yeah, dude, it would be on that. I've never done an episode on it, but mainly because there are a lot of segments in it where it would actually be kind of hard to cut around the nudity. There's a whole section in it where it's like a nude orchestra just playing instruments, and there's no joke. It's just they're naked and they're playing musical instruments.
Just the uncomfortable awkwardness of it.
I think.
Could you imagine the person with the cello?
Yeah,
whoever you are, you have to spread eagle.
Yeah, but you have a giant beast of an instrument in front of you, so it's actually proper placement. Those ones were probably the easiest to hide. Them and the tubas.
Yeah. And they didn't even sound good.
Do it. I mean, come on now.
Oh, God, I love how he's judging it on the quality. It's like it was horrible to watch, and they didn't even sound. It didn't
even sound any good. The rhythm was way off.
Because to me, that's like going to see your kids do the musical and stuff. You're like, this is going to sound horrible, but you know what? They're selling it and they're happy. I love
there's
it.
Heart. Yeah. There's heart there.
Yeah, there's none of this. It's just naked.
No clothes. There's no heart.
Naked people playing instruments. That's what you got.
As much as we loved renting those sex shenanigans movies from the 80s, there would be one that we would come across where we would be like, this isn't even that fun to watch, and Outtakes was one of those. Where it was like, this is actually kind of a struggle.
Right, because I mean, dude, you're talking about the eras like you were saying with like Porky's and all that stuff. Like there was plenty of these movies that were just funny.
Oh yeah, and they were like,
I mean,
quick to produce because
damn near on that too. Because I mean, you definitely got plenty of booby scenes in there, and
and Nerds. Oh yeah. Oh that's one of my favorites.
Really, plus a great soundtrack. Let's be honest.
Oh, dude, yeah. It's still when I hear "We Are the Champions," I think of the end of Revenge of the Nerds. That might have been the first time I heard Thriller too when I was a kid, because I was 3 when that came out.
The fucking party where they're all smoking the Wonder joints and shit.
This is and the guy says to this is some good shit. He's standing next to UN Jefferson and they're supposed to monitor them.
Yeah, right. It's like the number 2 and the number 1, and he's just like,
this is some good shit.
God, yeah, I wish we could make movies like this again, because I mean they're just amazing.
Yeah, I miss those shenanigans movies, man.
I mean, you throw some like zombies or vampires or some shit in there, like on old school comic book rules of how it operates. Dude, I'm in. I want to watch.
Oh yeah.
See, we just need to open up our own theater.
Yeah, right. Do we need to swaz shit?
One of those ones that
freaking like Be Kind Rewind.
They're starting to close down, and it's like, no, we're gonna have a special thing where we're gonna play all different types of old genres.
I've thought about it. I have I've looked at it and been like, there's got to be like an abandoned theater around here somewhere.
Okay. A drive-in definitely, because there's not many of those left.
Drive-in, yeah.
You can always make your own drive-in with a projector screen, and you can get the
that's true,
with the projector, and you can get the huge screen.
Yeah, plus drive-ins you can do year round, because you're in your car, so it doesn't matter if it's raining or snowing, or you're just like, no, I'm just watching a movie. It's cool.
Yep. And you just get the little griffin, so it switches everybody to that radio station that you're amping out of.
Well, yeah, because that's the thing. I mean, when we were like,
gotta keep that snack bar going.
When we first went to, when we first went to the drive-ins and stuff, I mean, you're talking like, Spies Like Us shit with the freaking speaker box getting put. And then, as we got older, now all of a sudden it's like they had their own little mini FM broadcasting. So you can just
tune in.
And by this time we have our cars and we all have like sound systems. So we're just like, I'm going to turn this up. Do Jurassic Mortal Kombat with a sound system in the drive-in.
Our one buddy would like open his doors and pull the speakers outside.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus Lord. Cabinets. This guy. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. We were obnoxious.
He had house speakers crossed over so he could use them in the car.
I miss a good drive-in, man.
We've got one in Springfield, where I'm from, Springfield, Illinois. There's a drive-in there. I didn't go to it that often because it was all like, stuff that's also playing in theaters. Like, so I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go to the drive-in to see Batman v Superman. Like, I didn't even want to see that in the regular theater. Like, so like, but when I go to I would go to the drive-in there a couple times when they're showing like something that feels like a drive-in movie. Like I remember one time they brought back the Hollywood Nights. That's one of my favorite movies. So like, I went to go see Hollywood Nights. I think they did, they might have done like one of the Friday the 13th. I can't remember, but like that I would go to the drive-in to go see whenever they would do that. But it was rare when they do that.
Yeah, no, we had one, growing up when we had our cars and stuff that was, like 15 minutes from our house, and we had friends that worked there. So we got all sorts of special like movie showings, like late nights and stuff, like after the place is supposed to close.
Behind that,
there's a few, and we don't tell them.
Well, because you had to pay by the head.
Right? Oh, well, that was when they were. No, I'm talking like after hours when our dude would like open up for us and stuff. Yeah, no, that's like Vegas shit right there. So you want to talk about tailgating a party at a drive-in? Holy shit, this stuff is like face off at like 2 a.m.
Yeah,
it's out of your mind with you and your best friends. Oh, Jesus Lord.
Jesus Lord.
Oh, I can't remember most of those nights. I'll tell you that. That's how good they were.
Unfortunately, I do remember a lot of those. There's so many. There wasn't much to do in Springfield, so we were drinking every night and bar hopping. And except for the rare occasions, I would last very, very long into the dawn hours before I'd pass out, but I'd still remember things the next day. And there's so many times where I'm like, I wish I didn't.
Yeah, no, I smoked a lot of weed back in high school. I can be honest about that. Like a lot. Like all the time, almost. It was ridiculous. But I also was like, I got good grades. So I was always getting, I had like late arrival and like early dismissal. So I was like, I got a lot of free time on my hand. I only work on the weekends. So it's like, fuck it.
I'm just thinking about all the stuff that I've probably forgotten or just can't remember anymore. And maybe I'm glad for that. I don't know.
The PTSD.
I have a history of head trauma. So.
Oh, yeah. I was there for one of them. It's crazy. It's a good story.
Like I can vouch. I started at like 3.5 years old, something like that.
So. He started young with the concussions. He's good at it.
So we like to say, we're proud of me if I can like walk and chew gum at the same time.
This is true.
Which I can do for short.
I could walk and carry this at the same time. I had to let Lloyd into the bedroom. Lloyd was sitting at the door meowing. I'm like, all right, I'll go let you in, buddy.
Oh, well, that's very nice of you. That's they don't have opposable thumbs, so they can't do it themselves. So
he was giving me a dirty look.
Like, I'll have you know, good sir, no thumbs over here. Surprised you're not aware of this.
Yeah, no, it's more like just wait until you fall asleep.
Oh, he would have killed me a long time ago.
Well, he can't because you have all the evil genius plans from all. He knows, but he's like, no, I'll see it coming. He's like, I can't outthink him. That's how plotting he is against you. He's like, I don't have thumbs. This guy knows more shit than me. I'm screwed. Hey,
he needs you to execute all his evil plans.
he gets treated like a celebrity at his vet. Because he does, because like he's got to go in for checkups every few months, because he was diabetic for a little bit. Now he's got he's doing well. We have him on really good medication, but he does have some kidney issues, so we get him in every few months. And when we started taking him in for the kidney issues, took him in, he had to stay there for a few days so they could run some tests and figure out the right kind of concoction of medication. And I went to go visit him every single day. And the second day that I went in to go visit him, I'm talking to the nurse, and she says to me, she goes, so is he on YouTube? And she's talking about Lloyd, because Lloyd's been on my channel a bunch of times, and he's got like shirts of him and everything. Like, so like Lloyd's on there quite a bit. And I let her go, oh yeah. He's on our YouTube channel. And the nurse goes like, yeah. She goes, when you walked in with him yesterday, she goes, I don't want to say who it is, but one of our employees recognized the two of you. So now Lloyd is like the celebrity at his vet.
Oh, Lloyd's back. Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Take very good care.
I know, right? What can I get for you? Would you like mint water, cucumber? We have
he gets cucumber water, tuna water. He gets water drenched in the finest of tuna juices.
Can we get some Voss over here? We need some Voss water for this. Oh yeah, but unfortunately we're at that time where we gotta start wrapping stuff up, which an hour goes by quick, you know what I mean? Like,
it does, yeah.
I mean, especially when we're having great conversations like this, because we had the pre-conversation. I got a good sense of you, and the fact that you are so movie oriented, for me and my guy, it's just like, oh yeah, this is our guy right here.
I'm totally animated about it too. Like,
we just became brothers. That's what.
So you definitely got that like movie announcer voice almost.
Oh, dude,
too.
you got radio hard all day, bro.
Especially when I lose my voice. That makes it even more so.
Over here or some shit, right? Especially
that
oldies. Yeah, the Wolfman Jack.
Yeah, the Wolfman Jack voice. Yeah, that kind of is the voice I do in that movie I was in last week.
Coming in the ears right now. You're just like, I can't even understand what he's saying right now. Oh, God. Especially it's AM. It's horrible. But Brad, if you want, please, by all means, shameless plug again. Tell the people where to find you, what you're doing. Like, just give them it.
Yeah, subscribe to us at youtube.com/Stoned Gremlin Productions. Follow us on Twitter at The Cinema Snob. Our archive page is thecinemasnob.com, and we're also on channelawesome.com as well.
Nice. Yeah. It's been an absolute pleasure. You got your plug. We got to put our plug. Again, thank you to Round Guys Brewing. Yeah. We're doing this, but it doesn't make sense to us right now, but in post editing, this looks good.
I do that all the time. Like when I do my reviews too, I'd be like, I think the icon will be about right here.
This right about here looks probably
seems about right.
Round Guys out of Lansdale, Pennsylvania, one of the most dope, amazing craft beers you could ever find. You can ship it, so please, by all means, look them up. roundguysbrewery.com. The menu's up there, all the inventory's up there. You can get it shipped. Again, QR codes to get rid of all of that shipping cost. You're literally just going to pay for it, and they're going to send it to you. It's amazing.
That's so dope.
It is, dude. And the beer, dude, they got everything. We're not just IPAs, man. They got Saisons, English Browns.
That's true. Dude, all different types.
Yeah, I guarantee you they got something you're going to like, as well as there's also seltzers. They got their own soda. Oh, it's amazing stuff. But yeah, we appreciate them. They are super dope. As well as we also appreciate our people, which is why we always ask them, hey, please reach out to us, because we want to. One of our jokes is we want people to write us up, but send us a paragraph all in movie quotes, either telling us a story or
cussing us out. Yeah,
or cussing us out. Where it's like, you're such a disease, Kevin.
You're a disease.
It's called Late Date Company Taught us. It's like, yes, they started it right. Keep going. Yeah, we want to get that shit. But if you do, please, all three of us, ITY at directionsandmusic.org. Or individually, GMINI at directionsandmusic.org.
Bleep or bleep.
DPHI at directionsandmusic.org. But yeah, this has been amazing. This is I'm telling you with Philly D,
Mr. Gemini,
Clickety clack of fact check and Miss JD.
and our big man in the house, Mr.
And I'm Brad.
I'm Brad. What are you wearing, Brad? Khakis?
Sweatpants. Thank you very much.
But hey, fam, as always, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. And as always, be good to yourself. Be good to everything else.
much love.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.